Mr. Mobility here. This is the Nothing Phone 3A. It's a decent mid-range smartphone with some very capable and decent specifications and features. In this video, I am focusing on the cameras of this device. I will show you what the camera app and settings look like, and I will spell out the specifications and then tell you how that camera performs and show you some sample images and videos taken with this device. Come with me. To start with, at the back is a triple camera setup. There are 3 camera lenses here along with an LED light. The first is a wide angle camera. That's the main lens at the back. It's a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. The second lens at the back is also a 50 megapixel lens, but this time it's a telephoto lens. That means it's used for capturing images that are far off or tiny images. I have another video explaining what a telephoto camera is. You can see the link up here. Lastly, at the back is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. If you're recording a video with the back camera, maximum resolution is 4K, right? So you can do 4K video here. You can do 1080p as well, which is fair enough. Let's switch over to the front. The selfie camera in front here is in a punch hole. You almost cannot see it, but it's there. It's a 32 megapixel shooter. There is no pixel bin in here, so it shoots and captures images in 32 megapixel file size. I don't know why nothing went with that decision. Perhaps it gets better results. It will have been nice for them to leave us the option to toggle so that we can tell. But hopefully that's why they went with that option. It captures images in 32 megapixel resolution. It doesn't downscale it or bin it to 8 megapixel or 12 megapixel. No. So your selfie photographs captured here tend to be rather large. Yes, they eat up your storage space. And if you're recording video with the selfie camera, sorry, there is no 4K video recording here. Maximum resolution is 1080p. I wonder why. It would have been nice to bump it up a bit for us. I know devices in this same price range that do 4K video with their selfie cameras. I'm not too sure what informed Nothing's decision as per that. But what matters really is how good are these cameras? How well do they work? And that's what we're here to discuss. In the next section, I'm going to walk you through the camera app so you see what it looks like. You know how to find your way around, as well as mention a few things, a few interesting things that Nothing has included in its camera app for users. You'll love it. When you launch the camera, this is the default view, and it defaults to photo. And when you select this, it switches over to the telephoto lens for 2x zoom. And if you select this 4 option, it actually switches to a mixture of optical and digital zoom to get you a closer look at your subject. Here, portrait mode, night mode. My experience is that if you're shooting in low light, just switch to night mode. It does a better job. It reduces glare and reflections on reflective surfaces if you switch to night mode compared to if you just take them in regular photo mode. The video mode, you can shoot in standard zoom, switch to ultra wide by tapping on that 0.6. Again, zoom by tapping on 2x. And then under more, you have slow motion video. You can record in slow motion video. You can record time-lapse videos. You can pan. And then expert mode, where you're able to determine all of the nitty-gritty details. If you are a photographically technical person, you will enjoy using this. you're a professional photographer or an advanced photography enthusiast, this is where you'd love to play a lot. But let's get back to the camera settings. Now, what do I want to bring up? Here inside the camera, you can access Google Lens directly. Point your camera at anything, tap on the Google Lens button, and you can capture that and have Google determine what it is. Ask about this image, there you go. Okay. I love that little fact that the Google Lens icon is in here and can be accessed from here. Up here, you can toggle flashlight on, off, auto. You can also use glyph fill light. This is the glyph fill light. It works beautifully well. It diffuses your lighting a bit. It's not as strong and doesn't produce as much glare as standard LED light. That's a nice option there. And you can go into your settings here. You can determine your exposure, choose between 12 and 50 megapixel quality of image. You can enable motion photos, which is a nice touch. You can enable auto tone, apply filters. There is a large library of filters. The nice thing also is that you can import your own filters, right? You can add filters by importing and all that. It's a nice touch. And here are my filters. Some of them I imported them, but they are all here now, and I can use them whenever I like. In fact, I can rename, delete, remove. If you want to import, you can also import from here. So back to the main camera setting. Okay, I don't want this filter. Back to default. You can change your video resolution here at the top. This is 1080p video at 30, 4K video at 30, 1080p at 60. So those are the three modes you can cycle through in video. Again, you can cycle through your flashlight, glyph fill light, and all that. And also apply a grid. I love to have a grid on my camera app all the time, and then go through more settings. There are presets. This is something unique to Nothing phone. Maybe a few other manufacturers might have a similar thing. But presets are settings that allow you to change the results you get with your camera. So for example, this preset stretches your photo. This one comes out, produces pictures and videos in black and white film. Yes, there is a sense in which they are similar to filters, but not exactly, because filters are limited in what they can adjust. This, for example, gives you a wide angle shot, a soft focus shot. The image that you shoot with this come out softer. This lenticular is something interesting that you've probably seen Nothing phone home screen wallpapers. The vertical lines you see on images are imposed on any image you shoot in lenticular mode. I think I created this. Of course, there are limitations. It doesn't have the physical lenses and all that. But all of these presets produce very interesting compositions or results. You can import your preset, you can manually create a preset, and it's amazing. I use a camera in the original setting and then play with presets whenever I'm bored. For the most part, it's just whenever I'm bored. Pretty much all the settings that you're used to in advanced smartphone cameras are here. You can set a watermark, and you can set it in different ways, well, at least two different ways. You can determine the parameters of the watermark that you want to show. You can have a logo show, time, date, location, as well as the camera parameters, so that if you shoot in a preset, the details of that preset are printed on the watermark, which is nice. It's nice for a reviewer like myself, so that when I'm looking through pictures I've taken, and need to demonstrate something, I can just look up the details on the picture directly. There's Ultra XDR mode, turn it on, turn it off, press and hold shutter to record video. Of course, this camera scans QR codes by default. You can set this to tap the screen to take a photo. You can determine your video encoding. It's a comprehensive set of settings in there. Again, that's not even all. As you can see, you can change your orientation, apply a grid, like I said, set a timer, especially if you want to take selfies or you want to pose by yourself and make sure you're ready. It's all very detailed and comprehensive. This is an impressive camera that does not limit you in any way. It gives you all of the control that you want. You can set your exposure even here without going into the more expert mode. So right here in your regular photo mode, set your exposure and all of that. So that's the camera app of the Nothing Phone 3A. And in the next section now, I am showing you sample photographs for you to enjoy. In every scenario that I have taken pictures with both the selfie and the rear cameras, the camera was snappy. There have been no lags. There have been no pauses. There is no problem with the performance. The camera app is well optimized. The Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 chipset in here is more than adequate. What do you think? Do you think that the camera punches above its weight, or that it's just adequate, or that it drops the ball in some ways? Talk to me in the comments. I'd like to hear your opinion. Thank you for watching this video. Do like it. Thanks for sharing it, following my channel and turning on your notifications. I look forward to seeing you again when I publish another video.